name's James Owen, and we're here in Newmarket, Greenridge Stables in Newmarket on the Hamilton Road, and that's where we train the racehorses. We now have 100 stables on site. We live on site. We've got 2 horse walkers, turnout, which is great for Newmarket. We're in 4 acres, and we have our own schooling facilities, our own little schooling ring. As you can see, we've got an American barn with 41 stables. That's new. And then we've got some outdoor stables and another barn, which we use as an isolation unit. So Newmarket is an amazing place. We're on the doorstep, so racecourse side. That's where we're located. So we go straight out. We're straight out into the heath, within 20 yards of my yard, and we have a round canter 6 furlongs round, which we can go either way on. We have a mile flat gallop. We're 15 minutes from the bottom of Warren Hill, one of the best gallops in the world. Probably is the best gallop in the world. We use Warren Hill for the flat horses, Long Hill for the jumpers, loads of grass gallops, and the schooling facilities at the links are second to none in Newmarket and very underused. We're the biggest jump yard in Newmarket now, along with Lucy Wadham, and a few other smaller trainers have jumpers. So they're not very used. We can school any day of the year with their all-weather schooling ground, and it's a great facility. I wouldn't want to train anywhere else. I can train any kind of horse here, whether it be a sprinter or a 3-mile chaser. Since day one, I've grown up around horses. My father rode as a professional jockey. He didn't ride a winner, but he rode plenty of horses. He broke a lot of horses in, and my mother was a successful amateur jockey. She rode over 150 winners. For a lady, that's very good. And that's where my love for racing has come from. I love, watching my mum ride, watching her ride winners, can remember all that, and all I wanted to do was do it. And actually rode against my mum in some races in the early days, in some of the Arabian races. Always ridden horses, pony club, and started riding as an amateur on the point-to-point scene, and also Arabian racing. And then I became an amateur jump jockey, rode in a few hurdle races, a few chases, had a few winners. Not great, was never going to be a professional. Realised I was always going to be too tall. So I decided and got offered a job up here for the Turner family, which they're a real good point-to-pointing family. They trained and owned over 1,000 winners. I rode for them for 9 seasons. I was champion point-to-point jockey for 8 of those seasons in the area. Rode a lot of nice horses. Met a lot of people. Good contacts that have still helped me now. I've been training flat horses since January this year, so it's my first year training the flat horses, and we did quite well in January. I think Tony approached me early on in the flat season, said would like to try a couple of flat horses that maybe could go jumping. That's where I'm a bit sort of unique. So we're dual purpose, and did well with them really. We've had quite a few winners for the Rogues. They like coming to the yard. They're a great bunch of people, and I go racing a lot myself. Nice to meet them, and we're having success, and we're having good and fun along with it. Tony does a lot of the research on the pedigrees at the sales, and then he'll ask our opinions on the conformation, and and do we like the horse, and basically do we want to train that individual, which is great. There's no point in us training a horse we don't really want to train, but Tony does the research on the pedigrees. He knows what pedigrees he wants, and he's been very successful doing that, as it's been proven, and there's no point in changing that. We've got I think we've got 8 for Rogues at the minute. No, say we've got 7. So we've got 7 for the Rogue galleries at the minute. Some of them have gone on breaks. They're 2-year-olds that had a run or just a bit weak, just need a bit of time. Some very nice 2-year-old colts we've got that are going to perform very well as 3-year-olds next season. I really like them. They've worked to a good level, or they've run nice on their debuts. Now the jumping season is starting. We've had our couple of winners for the Rogues with a horse called Rogue King over hurdles. I ran a filly the other day called Squiggles, ran very nice. She's going to be a chaser in the making, finished second on debut. She should be going close next time she runs. And we have a lovely big chaser called Big Bert. We're going to have a look at him in a minute. He's probably my biggest horse in the yard, and he's ran once in a point-to-point, not for us, but Tony bought him at the Aintree sale on Grand National Day, and he's a proper nice horse, which you'll see in a second. So this is a Rogue Gallery horse. He's called Big Bert. So he's the biggest horse on my yard, but he's not the slowest. He is 17 hands high. This is how we measure a horse. He's at least 17 hands, probably 17.1. He's absolutely massive. He's only 4 years old. He's ran once in a point-to-point where he actually destroyed the field, jumped fantastically, and won nicely. He gallops very well to a high level and will run probably end of the month, early December, just waiting for some rain. So conformation-wise, so he's 17 hands high, and he's got lovely, plenty of bone. Now, what we say about bone is their legs. When we're talking about bone, it's the strength of their legs. So all 4 limbs, he's strong. Got a lovely shoulder. Still a bit weak behind, but he's pretty fit and ready to go. Got a lovely ear. I love horses with big ears as well. Looks really, real honest head on him. So Tegan's going to give him a walk. So Tegan, when you walk, can you walk so you're straight away from the camera and back, so we can see him as he walks in a straight line. So as he walks away, we're looking at how his legs move. A little bit close behind. So we're looking at the hind legs, and then when he turns, then he come back. We're looking at the front limbs here now. Got a lovely walk to him. And just standing there, Tegan, nice and straight. Nice and square. We're looking at his front legs down here, and he's nice and straight. Some horses can turn out from their knee that way, or from their fetlock that way or that way. But he's got nice straight limbs. He's got big old feet on him. He's going to appreciate soft ground, and can't wait for him to run. Conformation is our horse is. Basically, they're 4 legs. So basically, it's like 4 wheels on a car. If they're straight, the car goes straight, and there's no pressure. If they're a little bit offset or a bit crooked, there's pressure. All horses not have a little bit something not quite right, as in turn a toe out, or a bit wrong on their knee. But it's what you can manage. What you can manage. This knocks their value on. If all horses were perfect, every horse would have a set price. But that's where the uniqueness comes in training. But I can get away with that. That's got a bent leg. I'm going to take the risk on that. But it's going to be a bit cheaper. But I'm going to take the risk. A big part of my team is my wife Jenny, and she is a vet. Also, she's a mother of my 2 children that are loving the racing, and she is a massive part of my business and helps me out a lot with decisions, with looking at horses in the morning. We trot horses up when we after every gallop. We trot horses up. Any rider complaints, we'll have a look at the horse, because you can see when a rider's on a horse riding, they'll move a lot better than when you actually see them in hand. So we're monitoring these horses on a weekly basis. After they run, they get trotted up. Whether Jenny's here, it all gets videoed. Jenny is looking at the videos, and we're seeing changes in that horse's stride. Some horses don't move well, but if they continually don't move well but perform, that's fine. But it's when they degrade, that's when you start to worry. Something's going wrong here. We need to change something, or just back off, and things like that. But Jenny is a massive part of the yard, and without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. This yard starts at 5 a.m. every morning, from the feeders to my assistant trainer, to the guys that go racing. They're going racing early in the morning, they're coming back late, and this is every day of the week. Now we've got runners on the flat and over jumps. There's no let up for these guys. They do a fantastic job, and without them I couldn't do it. I trust them. We're quite new to it, so they're all fairly new to it as well, but I trust them impeccably. They're doing a great job, and even the lads that the muck out the stables, look after the horses, they are their pets. They want them to do well, and we've got a great young team of riders and a great sort of older team on the ground, using their knowledge to tell me or my head team if something's changed or something they're not happy with. And the more information we can get from staff and my team is so valuable. I employ a guy that does my race planning. Obviously, I say to Tony, this is what I want to do with the horses. If he agrees with it, that's fine. If he says I think that race is too strong. Absolutely fine. We talk about things. We try and get it right. We're not going to get it right all the time, but we try and get it right. Syndicates are great. We've got lots of syndicates in the yard, and it's just a great way of meeting people. Great way of owning a better quality of horse, as you're spreading the cost around. And it's not just about race day experience. It's about the days they come here. It's lovely to come to the yard, see your horse, pat it in the stable, watch it getting tacked up, speaking to the lad that rides it, speaking to the lad that looks after it. It's not the race day experience is the good day, but it's the whole package. And Rogues Gallery do a really good job, as in they have a lot of gallop mornings, a lot of stable visits, and I think everyone that's come here really enjoys them, probably a bit more than the racing. Winning is fantastic, and you can't beat a winner. No one complains when you have a winner, so that's the best day. But it is the whole package, and Rogues Gallery do it very well. Another open day coming up, so we'll parade the horses, and I'll talk about them and their future plans, and just get to meet everyone really. Available to talk, any questions, answer any questions. It's just a nice day. My kids come up there, and everyone brings their families. It's just everyone's welcome. It's a nice day. Well, I look on the bright side of things, and in the minute horses are running well and they're winning and things like that. Yes, prize money in some places is very poor, and but those races probably take a little bit easier winning, so you can run your average enough horses there. Gives you an opportunity. Prize money needs to increase, and with jump racing at the minute, there's no rain about. No one's any fault, so there's very small fields. That's a slight concern, but there's so many horses there ready to run. These ARC bonuses are a big thing through the winter. These ARC tracks, all-weather bonuses. So there's plenty of runners on the all-weather and the competitive racing. I just wish some of the tracks were governed a bit better, and their prize money needs to increase. The future looks great. Tony's buying some lovely horses. We've got some lovely 2-year-olds for next season, and fingers crossed we're going to get back on the big stage.